Well, we're back on the banks again. It's been a while. Well, it hasn't been a while in doing fishing, but it's been a while since I've actually filmed a video, due to my phone being not the best. But hopefully with this new upgrade, hopefully you can actually see us and you can understand what I'm saying now. But today anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up a simple float rig. I'm going to show you a couple of different styles and the different ways I do it and how I incorporate them into my fishing. So bog standard, what we're going to get is, also I'll show you how to plumb up as well. So I've got my plummet, I've got shot, I've got a float, I've got a bait and needle, and I've also got hooks. The bait and needle is only to show you when I'm using float stops, because for one, float stops are expensive, and two, that you can use it. This is just a straight point bait and needle, so what you can do is you can actually put the float stop straight through this and you can put it back onto the line, so therefore you're not wasting as much tackle, and therefore you are saving a little bit of money, even though sometimes it's not really a concern. But if you want to get the most out of your stuff, I would recommend doing it. So anyway, I'm going to start off. So I've just got a bog standard barbel rod, center pin set up as usual, and I've already got a float set up on here. This is as simple as it comes. Anyone can do it, even experienced anglers, old anglers, new anglers, right? So what I've got is I've got float stops on the line, which is what you've just seen us move there. So that's like that. And then what I've done is I've got a size 10 hook, and that's attached with a half-turn blood knot, which is just a bog stand blood knot. And that is literally ready rocking, that's ready to go. You can use this in stalking purposes, you can use this in all sorts. As I say, last night I was here, and luckily enough this was the setup I used last night to have a carp off the top, because I was feeding them expander pellet and they were taking off in the far corner. So there's a group of about 10 to 15 fish, and lo and behold I put one on the bank, so you'll see that photos of that on the next YouTube video. But anyway, I'm going to quickly get you into this. So this is how I always fish this. So what this is a self-weighted float, and this is actually by DJL, handcrafted waggler floats. So with this being self-weighted, it means I don't have to put shot onto the line. It's an added option if I want to put shot on the line. So therefore you can use this rig for maximum strength. So i.e. for when you're targeting bigger carp or specimen tench or whatever your quarry is, and you want to know that there is no weakness on the line. There goes my hooks, they've just run away, but I'll retrieve them in a minute. So as I say, this is self-weighted, so what I'll do is I'll show you now the fact of how it's self-weighted. So I haven't had to put any shot on, like how I would set this one up, and this is a 10 to lift the float, but I'm going to use it as a waggler float today. So I'll quickly put this out, I'll just quickly turn the camera around, and you will see what I mean by it's self-weighted when I can figure out how to do it. So I might have to quickly pause this video and show you what I mean. So if you can just see there, without my crappy camera skills, if you can just see there, that float is sitting perfectly flat and flush, and that's without having to put any shot on. So when you're using these, you can give you a massive advantage of that. You don't have to mess around by putting shot on. You can get straight into it and straight fishing. I'll quickly show you how to plumb up, how to get the depth plumbed and everything, when he figures out how to use his camera skills, possibly. So there we go, you can see perfectly. So what I'm going to do is just pull that in. I'm going to put the plumbing on. And we'll see what depth we're at. So that's only probably about a foot depth what I put on. And you can see the float's disappeared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add probably about another foot onto that float, and all I'm doing is I'm sliding up the float stops up the line, and I'm just going to retry it straight in front again. So lower that down, and there we go. Now you can see that I'm fishing possibly about what's 4 or 5 inches over depth, and that's perfect for me. That's one of the styles I do fish. I do fish over depth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put on a number 4 split shot, sorry, a number 6, So it's a nice little shot, nice little drop of shot. I'm going to put that 4 inches up the line. And all that's going to do is, for example, for when I'm fishing like that, that just keeps that line pinned to the bottom. So we'll put that there, and we'll just lower it down. And what that'll do is that'll keep that line nice and pinned, keep it nice and low, and also it means when you get a bite here, there's a lot more severe with fishing over depth. So the float will literally just slide away. It also stops a lot of potential foul hooking on fish. So therefore, it's another one of the ways I use. Right, I'm going to pull this in, I'm going to strip the line off, and I'm going to show you the other setup on how to use just a normal waggler float. Right, so after showing you that, that's one of the ways I use. One, it's very quick, it's very effective. You can be set up instantly. There's no messing around with shot, because with them floats being nice and self-weighted, they're already set up, they're perfect. As I say, I only put the shot on, it's just to keep the line down, keep it pinned along the bottom, and it also, if it is particularly windy like it is today, it stops the float drifting off the spot. Normally I fish that with using lobworms or paste or something like that, hard pellet, hookable pellet, something like that. It's very, very effective. So now I'm going to talk you through step by step how to actually set up a float. So this is using the split shot. Again, it's not really my preferred method. It's because I prefer strength, and I want to know that I'm not compromising, because obviously when you're nipping shot onto the line, you can cause weakness. So anyway, I'm just going to thread the float on, and this is a 4BB tense lifter float. I'm going to slide that on the line. Next thing I do, get my hook. So I've just got a size 10 on. And all I'm doing is I'm just attaching that. So I'm just going to attach that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's dropped it. Sorry, that'll be fine. Do one more spin. 5. Push the tag end through the loop. Lower it down to this point and lubricate the line, and just gently pull and pull and pull until you cinch that down. So what I need is, could do with his hook puller whenever he put it somewhere, but next best thing, the old Swiss Army. So all I'm going to do is just use the loop on the Swiss Army knife, and just, you can see the knot starting to pull down. Just slowly cinch it down, pull the tag, and that knot's not going anywhere. And then one of the things I personally do, I've never seen no one else do it, is I normally just put another granny knot straight back through. So I'm just going back through the eye again, back through the eye, and this can be a little bit fiddly. Nip it over, pull the tag end, and there you go. It's just one of the things I've done over the years, just that little bit extra security, even though it's not really going to make much security, it's just more peace of mind. And so that's nice and tight and cinched, and then all I do is I'll just take the tag end down, and that's the tag end done. So I've got a nice little neat hook on there, all sorted, all flush. Tag end as well. And what I'm going to get back to, so now I've got my float on the line, I've got my hook on the line. All I'm going to do is I'm going to place those BB shot. Well, the only thing is, you're roughly estimating of what your depth is, and then you can, so all I recommend is you very lightly nip the shot on. So, because obviously we're going to be plumbing up, we're going to find out the depth again. So again, I'm recycling my shot, rather than going and getting the rest of them. So all I'm doing is just opening them back up so that it gets reused basically. And there's your first one on. So this is a 4BB shot, 4BB float the cocker. Again, made by DJL handcrafted wagglers. So now I've got those two on, so that's locking that float in place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly use the plummet again, now that it's not fully cocked and not plumbed right up, and then it makes it a little bit easier when you are actually setting your depth up. So what I'm going to do is push that back through, put the plummet on, and this hook's a little bit too big for the plummet, but we'll get it. There we go. So that's on the line. Set it to about probably a foot, and then I'll quickly turn yours around. So now we're back in the same spot. Just going to lower the plummet down and we'll see what we're sitting at. So again, that float's disappeared. So now all we have to do is just adjust the shot. So I'll give it another foot. And we're going to lower that down. And we're just under. So if I add another inch to that, that float will be sitting absolutely perfect. Now you see that float is sitting absolutely perfect. That's on dead depth. You can just see it there, yeah. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the other two shot onto it, and also a little dropper shot just to keep it pinned down. Number 6 dropper shot. And so there we go. There's the shot around the float. And there's the dropper shot, and there's the hook. I'm just going to lower that in. Float is sitting absolutely, it's sitting absolutely perfect, but I've put that shot too high up. There we go. Chuck that back in. And there we go. Just see the tip of that float sitting there. And there we are. There's the float, sitting nice down the margin, and that's good to go. So as I say, I'll quickly spin it back round and finish off the video. Right, we're back. Right, thank you very much for watching this. As I say, if I could just ask you to like and possibly subscribe. If you found the video helpful, if it's not quite helpful, let us know in the comments. Just give us some feedback so I know what you're thinking about the video, and also if the camera quality is any better. As I say, my name's Jack, and it's nice to have you viewing the channel again, and sorry about the late videos. So as I say, thank you very much, and I hope you all have a good day.